Alrighty, folks, we're back after a little bit of technical difficulties right there. It's not fun at all when you're in the middle of the race broadcasting, and it seems like everything's going all right, and then out of nowhere, screens go black, then they go blue. Blue screens of deaths. I haven't had that one in a very, very long time.
I'm trying to think, would that have been like Indy qualifying last year, maybe?
It was either a blue screen or my OBS might have been very overloaded, but anyways, what matters is we're back. Fingers crossed that I don't have this happen again and then we do make it to the finish. If I have another one again though, I'm just going to keep this going and do multiple streams if I have to. But with all that being said, apparently the ticker actually does work because it says green.
Oh, wow. Yay!
Wow. Okay, that's a positive. Now, computer, work with me. Green flag's back out. Stage 2 is underway. The number 17 of Corbin McCauley got the Stage 1 victory. It was Jordan Colleen, Andy Hurdle, Jose Mercado, C.D. Magram, Darcy Ford, Jason Heaney, Bryce Fountaine, Adam Wilson, and William Kern. That was your Stage 1 top 10, unofficially. So, again, hopefully nothing else happens the rest of the way. But we appreciate you guys being patient there through all that, and hopefully we'll be able to get back all the viewers that we did have for, I guess, Part 1, because I decided to name broadcast Part 2, so that it would not overlap or replace the other parts of the race there that were going on before I had that issue. But anyways, it's number 17, Corbin McCauley, number 0, Jordan Kalinian, leading the way as per usual.
Yeah, and in the background I was posting the new link into the previous YouTube chat and on the Facebook page as well. So hopefully that'll help us recoup some of the people who, wound up seeing the technical difficulties.
So while everybody keeps going on right here at the Brickyard, obviously number 17 leading the way. Jared Ireland's still in his pit box, and now, ouch.
Yeah, that's going to leave a mark.
Yeah, and we saw that chat there behind the scenes, too. We can't, I imagine you would agree, it has definitely been, it's been a, I kind of said earlier, don't know if it was exactly appropriate to call it a sophomore slump for Justin Belmonte. And then there's Jared Ireland, where, of course, he does have that one win on the year. He is locked into the playoffs, so he is still safe anyways. But still, though, like, again, the guys that came into the series to start off in Season 4, for their second season on iRacing, it's been quite the ride.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding for those two, especially. But, yeah, Jared Ireland having his win at Kansas already, that made things a little bit easier for him. But yeah, you see on the other side of the spectrum, or other end of the spectrum, I should say, Justin Belmonte still having to fight for it here, where, kind of similarly, if, he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. Like, the consistency was there. Like, he was well in the playoff picture before he took those 2 weeks off, or 2 weeks away, I should say. But yeah, it's just, the speed hasn't fully come back just yet, and has perhaps gotten caught up in a thing or two. Like, certainly at Pocono last week, I believe he got turned around at one point, or like very tight with somebody. But yeah, ultimately wasn't able to progress the way we would expect a driver of his caliber to be able to. So yeah, as the opportunities dwindle here in the regular season, this is, not for lack of a cliche here or trying to avoid it, but it's go time.
It absolutely is go time, as of course in that first stage we had a couple early cautions and then some solid double file action throughout mostly the midfield. But we saw early after that second restart, saw a lot of those guys that had pitted under that second yellow flag pit stops then charge their way through the field as Darcy Ford, very loose there through turn 2, but he keeps his car on all four wheels and going, as a bit of a block there against the 22 of Bryce Fountaine. down the back stretch, but they're still going.
Yeah, at first I was wondering if maybe Fontaine had gotten under him a little bit, but either way, good job from the 64 to keep it going straight here as Belmonte trying to make some moves here, just dives underneath Sears out of 4. As we got someone pitting in the back. No, that might just be no control or lack of.
That would be the 77 of Hunter Young. Oh, yeah, there was some smoke there whenever I hit the replay button the one time, so we'll do it the second time to get the full coverage. There's, oh, maybe contact from behind from Jason Butler.
Yeah, we, in real time, we missed that cut right offhand. Yeah, not 100% sure what to make of that one.
Yeah, no, I don't think there was contact there. It was just the 77 got loose, and then the 10 barely got by him. So, we're all good. But then, meanwhile, back up front, the 17 and the 0, half a second separating them, and then the rest of the field, almost 2 seconds back. Actually, yeah, there's Magram, and then behind Magram, there's a 3-car pack. Like, it's just, there's a bunch of separate stuff going on. There's some double file action here between the 32 and the 31, as Sears had a bit of a moment there going through turn 1 on the inside, but he keeps it going with now 15 laps to go. Man, oh man, he is fighting a loose car, especially off corner exits. I mean, we were talking about that earlier. Some tight corner entries, loose exits. I haven't seen a whole lot of tight so far of these guys, but the loose exits are certainly there for sure. Yeah,
I mean, without question. I mean, that's what contributed to the first caution of the evening as well. And then I think it was Sears on the inside wall. Never mind. So that wasn't the case of being loose, but there's certainly been a lot of, near misses, so to speak, as, we watch what's effectively turned into a best of the rest 2 weeks early.
I mean, yeah, it's the top 3 right now are the 3 drivers currently in a dogfight for the regular season championship, or if we were to grab the whole season and use the regular, the old NASCAR Winston Cup Series points format, where you take all the points for every single race, there's no playoffs. It's the 17, the 0, and the number 1 3-horse race for that championship. With 2 races remaining in the regular season, we are a few laps away from actually being 1.5 races away, as a matter of fact, closing in on the halfway point of the House fight.
Yeah. Are we good?
I heard a very weird noise in the background.
I was gonna say, like, your voice cut out there for a second. I'm not 100% sure what happened.
I heard something in my headphones. I don't know if that might have been something from your end. I have no idea. But anyways, what is happening?
I was gonna say I didn't move anything, so I don't think it was me.
We'll keep it moving forward and just fingers crossed nothing else happens, but it looks as though we might potentially have a battle, as I was talking about. We have that battle brewing for the regular season championship. 4 points separating these top 2 guys right now, and then CD Magram at 12 points back of the 17. But we also may be having a battle brewing here in front of our very eyes on the track. The 17, the 0 going out of here for stage 2. They were the top 2 finishers in stage 1. We can pretty much go into the 5th annual Earl Ross Cup playoffs saying it's pretty much going to be these 2 just absolutely going at it for 6-7 weeks on end.
Well,
maybe.
And yeah, I mean, they're the 2 guys who've won 3 races each so far. So yeah, not a huge surprise if it does come to that. But if it is one of those 2 who's able to land the blow tonight, again, extra 5 playoff points for the winner in that one. But, more importantly, we go into the chaos of Rockingham next week. Maybe that's the deciding factor, in ultimately, like, who winds up being kind of the top seed going into our Rampage round of 12.
And yeah, that should remind people right there. It's been some time since we've talked about that, but yes, Rampage Coffee Co. has partnered with us for the first round of the 5th annual Earl Ross Cup playoffs. I'd have to go back on our Facebook page to the post where it specifies the details, but there will be a certain somebody that will be going home with a couple prizes from Rampage Coffee Co. Again, I'll have to go back and check out the details on that one, but a little bit of a perk. It's nice to have, especially, again, for the sponsors and partners that we have here in the Canadian E-Motorsports Network, partnered with us. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah, we love them all, and Rampage has been one that's been there since day one. And we, genuinely appreciate their continued support, the way they've, absolutely stuck with us.
Ooh, we got Jordan Kalini into pit road with 10 to go in the stage.
Okay, that's a little bit interesting. So, we'll have to see with the lack of pressure on him whether or not Corbin McCauley can just lay down the hammer. You'd have to think he's going to provide an immediate response to the 0 here. Yeah, not this time around.
Jason Heaney and Justin Belmonte now to pit road.
Okay, I don't mind it from either of these two drivers. Both of them, Heaney running pretty well here overall. Belmonte, perhaps needing to change some things up a little bit to try and get himself further up the order, grab himself a couple of points, and see if he can get himself into a spot where he can formulate a strategy to contend at the end.
So Belmonte took just fuel. Heaney, I believe, took just right side tires. There's your race leader to pit road.
Yeah, and you had to think, I mentioned it off of the Kalinian pit stop. It felt like a response was going to come, but McCauley waiting an extra lap or maybe even 2 to come in.
Trevor Benz and Mason Tomlinson down pit road as well. We'll see what the 17 does during this green flag pit window. 17 will take just fuel.
Yeah, just a little top up for the last 7 laps here.
The 33 and the 4 are going to take just fuel as well. CD Magram now in the lead, coming to lap 44. Bryce Fontaine's now going to come down pit road, but a pair of Tornado Alley racing drivers in the top 2. And then add another 2, and that's the number 22 to pit road, and so is Jason Butler.
Yeah, he's trying anyway, a little smoky in the background. And I think that might be O'Toole in behind him. It's a yellow car regardless. Yeah, yellow and green, that's the Oregon Ducks colors. So yes, that is the 16.
And now CD Magram's going to pit.
And is that Wilson behind him?
That would be Kyle Knoll, 1 lap down. Which that,
okay,
again, that could be interesting if he eventually can get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be quite the recovery drive from him. Because, yeah, for those who missed part 1, he was unable to set the qualifying time. He was actually later getting into the lobby, so that's why he started a few laps down. But yeah, as he said himself, a couple of well-timed cautions as Jared Ireland's making his way back.
How about that? 1,000 seconds? He's 41 laps down, but I mean, why not try to get at least salvage some points?
Absolutely. Now, it's worth mentioning 1,000 seconds, that's like 16 or 17 minutes. Is that timer just starting from when we came back after the technical difficulties?
You know what? Well, it was about 600 something when we last checked before I had the blue screen.
Yeah, it feels like, well, let's see when I posted the, okay, so I posted the new link 13 minutes ago in a comment on Facebook. So, yeah, okay, so that's probably the right time then.
So Darcy Ford, the number 64, Pipe and Candle Soup Chevrolet will take just fuel. Adam Wilson's going to take the race lead, 8 seconds ahead, or 9 or so ahead of Jose Mercado. Actually, it makes sense why that lead was very much extending, because Jose Mercado has now come down pit road.
Yeah, I wonder here, is Adam Wilson maybe going to try some fuel gymnastics to steal this stage? 3-ish laps to go, 3 at the line. Feels like it would be a late stop at this point.
I'd say it'd make all more the sense. I mean, judging off of how it's all gone,
Nope.
from later. Okay, never mind.
Nope.
So Adam Wilson does come down pit road, and that's going to get the lead too. Hey, Charlie Sears.
Man, after that second caution, who would have thought that? Nice comeback here from the 32.
It'll be Andy Hurdle and Will Kern going at it for the second position. We'll see what Adam Wilson decides to do here with now 3 laps to go in stage 2. Ooh, Wilson's going to go for tires.
Okay, maybe try and get some track position in the next caution. I don't hate it. 4 tires.
4 tires? Whew.
I don't hate that move at all. Actually, I kind of like it.
Oh, would you look at this? Will Kern's going to go for the lead.
Yeah, I wonder if Sears... I was going to say, would he be running low, perhaps?
Again, it might be kind of hard to call, considering we did miss that stage caution. There's no knowledge whatsoever, judging by my timing screen here, of people, the drivers that may have pitted under that stage caution, and how that played out for in terms of strategies up until this point. So,
but we do know that there hasn't been an incident caution.
So
this would be like the end of the 20 or 20. Yeah, we said 20 was the high point of the fuel window, and that's where Sears would be after the cautions.
So yeah, he might be able to stretch. He might be able to stretch out just a little bit here, maybe, because we're coming to the white flag for stage 2. So the 32 looks like he might be trying to stretch it here to get a couple extra points. Which again, though, knowing how his final race results have been for the past couple weeks, besides Monza, of course, his first career win in the series, he desperately needs to get a couple extra points just to get some momentum going heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great for him to get back on that positive note here as... Oh, is Kern out? I think Will Kern's out.
Oh, boy. Is Sears out too?
I think he might be. Yeah, Hurdle's back on top.
Geez, for just the second stage? We're having all this? Woo.
Oh, lordy.
So coming around...
Go.
Okay, so coming around turn 4 to the stage checkered flag, the number 7 of Andy Hurdle is going to steal one.
And I mean, we talked about, remember his win at Charlotte, it came with some fuel strategy at the end. Like, he was able to save. And here he is again, grabbing a stage win because of that very same reason. Sears just limped into the pits now.
So yeah, there is the stage caution. All cars have made it to the line there, at least the top 10 have. Oh, and there's Andy Hurdle dip into the apron there. I think he may have finally run out of fuel.
It got around just enough.
Barely played the strategy better than the 32 and the 31. So for stage 2, unofficially, it looks to be Andy Hurdle, Mike Marini, Jordan Kalinian.
That's huge.
Yes, that is absolutely huge. Corbin McCauley, C.D. Mangrum rounding at the top 5. Jose Mercado, Jason Heaney, Darcy Ford, Justin Belmonte, and Bryce Fontaine.
All right, I will see if I can do some mathematics here to get us something more realistic here standings wise. So I got the top 5. You said then Ford 6th, Heaney 7th.
Wait. Yeah. Mercado 6th, Heaney 7th.
Yep.
Ford 8th.
Yep.
Belmonte 9th.
And then you said Fontaine 10th, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, yeah, that is a sneaky big 9 points for Mike Marini out of that stage. Give himself a little breathing room here. Make sure, might help if I'm actually sorting from the right column. Yes, that helps, kids. Oh, no, I had it. Okay.
So yeah, the top 8 from stage 1 finish in the top 10 in stage 2 once again, but Adam Wilson, Will Kern, you replace them with Mike Marini and Justin Belmonte. So not too many changes, but especially for somebody like Mike Marini, who's right on the edge of that playoff picture, thankfully above it at the moment, that is massive for him. Especially, too, it'll even get even more interesting if someone like Kyle Knoll can finally get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, and, like, here's the thing about Marini. That 9 points, that kind of cuts off the efforts that Jason Heaney had pulled in before tonight, because between the two stages, he's grabbed himself 8 points. So Marini, he's leveled that off +1. And it's a 32-point gap between Knoll and Heaney at the bubble as we run in real time.
So
unofficially, of course.
Yes, of course. Most of the field has come down pit road. Looks like a lot of tire takers.
Yeah, Wilson should be able to jump this queue, though, a little bit. Remember, he took the 4 at the end of stage 2. And there he goes.
I might have heard something there.
Oh, for God's sakes.
My ears could be deceiving me, though. We'll have to wait and see.
I was going to say, usually when you hear something, there's a chat message that follows not too far behind, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Oh, boy. Okay, so it wasn't speeding, but he was a little bit forward over his box.
Yeah, just... I'm sure there's a joke about going in too deep, but we'll leave that.
Yeah, we got to keep things professional here.
We do, yes. Absolutely we do.
But yes,
granted, we did see someone else reversing into their pit stall as well, so what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
I mean, might as well go back here to... Yeah, is this what you were seeing?
So, No, it was in the background where I saw someone go at least, it might have been Marini actually, going like at least one stall.
Oh yeah, the 12 in the background you can see there had a bit of maneuvering there. The 17 did as well.
Yeah, we got a couple more to pit lane.
Tomlinson to pit road again, him and Andy Hurdle. Might be fair to speculate they might be just topping off because they're at the back anyways.
I was going to say, you would think, like, the way Hurdle ran lean to get stage 2, you would have thought well, I guess pit lane may not have been open at that time.
Well, yeah, Andy Hurdle came down into what I assume was a closed pit road, so I'd imagine he was probably penalized.
Yeah, that's probably what the end product of this is. And
I mean, to an extent, like, would you argue it is his fault, or would you argue it's not, though? Because he did go for that stage win, but it still cost him still good points. So it's like, it's kind of a back and forth situation there. I mean, he got the stage win, so it's like good points. He's been running very well all night. It's just a matter of trying to get back up to the front. And he is on the lead lap.
Short term, worth it. Like, it's not like the stage points are going to get taken away from him. Or the important playoff point, it should be noted, with the stage win. Yeah, I think, short term gain. Long term, and by long, I mean 5 extra laps in this stage compared to the first 2. It'll be interesting to see how this shakes out for the 7, but if there's a guy who can stay composed getting through it, he'd be one of the first I'd look to.
Absolutely, and again, this will be an interesting restart here for the third and final stage because as we saw there, Adam Wilson taking the 4 tires just before the end of the stage, before that caution, and then everybody else came down for 4 tires and fuel. So, he got the track position. Slightly newer tires for everybody else. We'll see what the benefit is on the restart rigs. Indeed so. The third and final stage at Indianapolis Motor Speedway is underway. Back at it for the Kyle's Fried Chicken and Barbecue 200. Adam Wilson getting the jump on the restart.
And
now
with
46
as well.
Indeed, now with 46 laps to go. Or 36, sorry.
Yeah, so 26.
Or 26, sorry. Jesus, my math is not mathing.
You were going to get it at one of these junctures, but I'll tell you who got something. CD Mangrum got second, able to push Adam Wilson through the inside of turns 1 and 2, and then just able to get underneath Kalinian and grab that position as well. And there's the Jaws music. There's the 6th and 4th.
And there's the number 17 trying to make his way back up to the front. Whoa! Jose Mercado with the 17 and 64 nearly had a moment.
Oh man, Robbins Racing, I guess.
Double file action towards the bottom of the top 10.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, trouble!
Oh!
Hunter Young and Tom Janikowski are in the outside wall in turn 1. Ooh. I heard that. Yeah, I heard the squealing in the background. Knew something happened. And there it is. So the 77 and 93 causing the third incident-related caution of tonight's race on lap 56.
Yeah, and the timing of this one, probably looking at a 20-lap run here, kind of identical to stage 2 in terms of how it was run under green conditions. So, there's a little bit of familiarity with how things are going to go. Maybe a little bit of track evolution in that time as well. But yeah, let's see what happens. So all sorts of bumping up at the head of the field.
But what happened at the back?
Well, we're about to find out here as... Ooh. Might need Janikowski's inside view on that one. just trying to get a line, didn't slot in behind. There's your tag, there's your yellow.
It's one of the more odd ones I've seen in quite some time. Maybe the 93 just lost kind of control there in the turning. So again, as you've said multiple times, it's hard to judge certain incidents because like there'll be one angle that shows one thing and another angle that might show another thing. So it's like it can be all over the place with some incidents. There are some where it's like it's clear as day what happened, but we've had a couple weird ones here tonight at Indianapolis.
We have, yeah, and we thought that, given the nature of the track, like it felt like it would be maybe a touch more straightforward as we've got a couple of divers here, but a couple who've committed to come into pit lane.
So that'd be Fountain, Marini, Hurdle, O'Toole, and Young coming down pit road on lap 58.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah, fuel there for Fountain.
For all of them.
Feels a little early for a top off, but I guess if you're thinking that, cautions you're going to burn a little less, might be able to stretch to the end.
I mean, yeah, again, if you're kind of towards the back of the field as well, you might as well
Why not, eh?
kind of see what happens, be a little bit patient here towards the end. Everybody else still on the racetrack. So we'll have to definitely keep an eye on that half of the field once we start to get closer to what will be more than likely one more green flag window here before the checkered flag for the third annual Cal's Fried Chicken and Barbecue 200 at the Brickyard. Adam Wilson currently leading the way. The Tornado Alley pair there between him and C.D. Magram up front. Unfortunately, once again, Ty Higginbottom, the number 97, is not here once again, but according to him, from Rockingham onward, he will more than likely be here every single week. Which again, though, for the playoffs, you kind of have to be.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not enough margin for error to miss out, especially with only 12 drivers making it instead of 16.
I mean, yeah, 12 drivers, and then you got round of 12, 2 races, round of 10, 2 races, and then round of 8, 2 races, and then you eliminate 4 right there. Like, you're eliminating 2, and then you're eliminating 4.
Yeah, kind of a hyperactive playoff almost.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, making predictions is not going to be... I don't think anyone's going to be correct.
Yeah, it'd be kind of a fool's errand to try that. Now, if that said, if we were to get someone like, say, FanDuel or DraftKings on board as a major sponsor, then we could change that narrative right away. But right now, and I guess one of us would have to be based in Ontario to make that work for, legal reasons. But, yeah, that might be a down-the-road thing. At best.
So now we are coming to a restart here with 21 laps to go in round 14 of 22. And with that being said, we'd like to thank the following sponsors and partners for being with us and supporting the Canadian E-Motorsports Network. Kyle's Fried Chicken and Barbecue, the title sponsor of the series and tonight's event. Rampage Coffee Co., Pipe and Kettle Soup, Forked River Brewing Company, Bangarang Hard Seltzer, Nordic Aluminum, GSGSG Vinyl 3D, GTR, T-Man sponsor, and of course, TrackHams22.com for providing us with the amazing camera angles for most of the tracks that we run at here on the iRacing platform, our second season on the iRacing platform. Unfortunately, for I believe this iRacing layout configuration at Indianapolis, We do not have a camera package from them, but still, they're with us for almost every single race anyway, so we'd like to thank them, of course. And just because we're getting right to a restart and how some of these have played out, I'm going to patiently wait a couple laps.
Probably fair.
There's the green flag. 21 laps to go. Go figure. The 21 leading the pack.
Indeed so, but he's going to have an immediate challenger.
Whoa,
oh, boy. Jinx.
Oh, still in trouble. He keeps it going, but he slows down onto the apron. That's the number 9 of Jason Heaney. Probably the smartest thing to do, but man, that's a bit of a heartbreak.
That's potentially disastrous for him. Like, if he's unable to recover here, like, that's going to move him into must-win territory if he wasn't there already.
Absolutely, as pretty much everybody towards the front has single-filed out. We got some double-file action here at the bottom of the top 10. Speaking of number 10, how about Jason Butler trying to go for a top 10 finish?
Yeah, that's a sneaky observation there. For another one of the day ones. As, Jesus, were they 3 wide there?
They are almost 3. Yeah, they are 3 wide.
What do they think they are, IndyCar?
Butler got very tight there going into the first corner.
Boy.
And then up front, the 17 getting by the 64 to get into the top 5.
Yeah, he's going to be wanting to make some moves because he's going to see Kalinian all over the back of Adam Wilson here soon.
Yes. Battle for the lead between a pair of first-year drivers. And then you got the third-year man behind them in CD Magram. It's a 3-horse race for the lead with 20 laps to go, coming to 19 to go at the Brickyard.
And look who's looking to capitalize if something happens between that trio in fourth. A guy who needs it more than anybody.
Jeez, it's almost like it was almost a 3-car tandem for about a second or so there. Here comes CD Magram for the second position on the inside. And because of this battling going on, there are a couple of cars starting to catch up.
Yeah, it's going to be a pack of 7 here pretty soon. Yeah, old friends Ford and Mercado are looking to join this party as well.
Jesus, almost looks like IndyCar with all them. They're all drafting together there to swerving to the inside, back to the high side, and then do the inside in the corners. Man, oh man.
Yeah, but now we've seen the move for the lead happen with Kalinian officially getting the position. And Magram also moving up.
Ooh, Darcy Ford again gets into the outside wall. Jose Mercado's going to try to take advantage on the inside, and I just thought of this. Man, oh man, I keep forgetting to do this. It's hot.
Yeah. It's...
Ooh, man.
Weather be weathering. No matter whether we're at one place or... No! Yikes! Oh, man.
A big slide out of the 17 to block the 6. But then Belmonte goes to the inside anyways. And this would be huge right here for Justin Belmonte if he's able to try and go for the race lead and the race win.
Yeah, these two have always been friendly with each other, right? We can count on that?
Yeah, I remember maybe a familiar battle at Auto Club last year on the final lap in the final corner.
Yeah, and I mean, they didn't have something happen at Dover, right?
And yeah, that too, I think.
Yeah, well, they're playing civil for now. One of those guys really, really needs it. The other one is at the head of the standings right now. But
sliding to the inside wall, rear end.
Oh, mon Dieu.
Makes the tap. Up the track, caution.
Oh, no.
Don't hit him. Woo.
Okay, so this is going to bring a more normal kind of pit window into play here. So the guys who topped off early, you know, if they stay out and try to run it to the end, there could be some positions for the taking here. Unless they just decide to cover off everybody and every possibility.
So, not to speculate too much, but we were literally talking about the 6 and the 17, having their familiar battles. Did we see them come together again?
I don't think we did.
Or was it just... Oh. Oh, boy.
Let's see. So, they're coming out of 2. And, I mean, Belmonte has the position.
But he got into the wall, though.
He did. Now, would that almost be like an accidental brake check, perhaps? Or, because if you're in the wall, obviously you're not doing anything maliciously. And you're not going to run yourself into the wall to, potentially impact your own race to intentionally screw somebody over. And there'd be no sense because it's not an immediate battle right this second. Like in the standings perspective, I mean.
Yeah, just judging by that, the 6 just got into the wall, and the 17 was right there on almost on his left rear quarter panel, and then
no reaction time.
It was basically perfect timing. 6 gets in the wall, 17 is right there on his bumper, deflection.
Yeah. Speaking of timing, what were we talking about guys, topping up on the last caution, and connect that to who's now at the top of the leaderboard? Just food for thought.
Oh boy, we have a couple 4 tire takers and a couple 2 tire takers. Oh my gosh, Wilson.
Yeah, getting a little bit wobbly out of there. Now, the tire taking could potentially prove to be Andy Hurdle's undoing here in terms of that particular strategy, but we'll have to see how this impending restart goes.
So we'll take a quick look at this once again, just of everybody coming down besides the 7.
Kalinian didn't take tires.
Oh, we know he didn't, actually.
No, that's what I'm saying.
What was I seeing? Jeez.
All right, let's, closer look here.
So, Wilson, Magram start off on the 2s, Ford with the 2s, Kalinian with nothing. And then those 3 right there, as I said, all of them taking 4 tires.
That could prove interesting later on.
And the 17 also going for 4.
Yeah, just trying to recover it over the next, however many laps we have. Thank you.
So this could be very interesting right here for the 7 of Andy Hurdle and also Kalinian as well. And then everybody behind them, just judging by all the pit stop times, they're all in like the 14 to 15 second ranges.
Full stop.
Although I think Tomlinson might have taken just 2 because his was only 9 seconds and he's up there in 3rd. Yeah, it looks to be 3rd.
Yeah, inside lane he should be 3rd. That's again, another sneaky observation. We haven't really talked about it. We've been talking about the guys kind of orbiting around the bubble. Doesn't mean other drivers outside the playoff picture couldn't pull something off.
See, I'm going to quickly look at Tomlinson here again just one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just took 2 tires.
And how many times have we said this year for Mason Tomlinson, he has had absolutely rotten luck over the course of this year. If he's able to summon all the good luck for one night and really mess up a lot of things in the playoff picture, we'll have something to talk about for roughly the next week, if not longer. And again, he's got the 2 tires. Hurdle, again, I don't remember what he took off of his stop on the previous caution. We know he fueled up to the end, or at least in theory he did. But, maybe there's a little bit of a rubber edge here for Tomlinson as well, because again, Kalinian didn't take tires either.
Now, technically, since we don't have a full TrackGames22.com package, are we technically okay to not do a crank it up? Because with coming to 13 laps to go,
I'd consider an abbreviated one.
We'll just see how this plays out. Green flag, 13 laps to go. Oh my goodness, the shuffling back towards the back of the field was crazy.
Yikes, yeah, everybody hanging in there so far, though.
Might have a potential lead battle brewing here. Whoa, Darcy Ford slid down almost to the apron there down the back straightaway.
Yeah, everybody hanging on still, though.
Kalinian right on the back bumper of the 7. He dives to the inside. Will Hurdle try to close him? Right again, on the left rear quarter panel.
I was going to say, Hurdle's hoping this isn't an IndyCar repeat.
Magra might try to take it 3 wide.
Yeah, Hurdle's kind of getting hung out to dry. The draft is all on Kalinian's side.
To the inside, a Hurdle for second. There's contact.
Oh, man.
Kalinian clears the way for the lead as Tomlinson and Hurdle almost getting together there through turn 2. Yeah,
so I wonder if maybe, again, tires, I speculated on it during the caution, tires might be Hurdles on the way here. But Kalinian's finding clear air at least.
Lots of pack racing going on from third on back.
Yeah, it's good for now, but we've seen that space close off very, very quickly. I feel like we haven't seen the last of this one yet.
Oh, the 17 is going for it there. I thought it was almost 3 wide there, but he's charging his way back up to the front after what happened earlier. Oh my gosh, he and the 6 are about to get back together again.
Yeah, there's a lot happening in a lot of places right now.
Whoa, Andy Hurdle and Adam Wilson almost getting together.
Oh,
man,
boy.
Oh man, look at this traffic. 3 wide down the backstretch.
How is everybody surviving right now?
It's like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, I don't think there's a better way to describe it than that.
33 with a bit of a slide there. Gets in behind Mercado. Thank goodness the 3 wide there came to an end. Almost touching between the 17 and the 33. Whoa, into the wall. Multiple cars. Adam Wilson having issues.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Darcy Ford's in the wall. Mike Marini hardening the wall.
Man, oh man. Everything happening on that front straight. How was there not a caution out of all that?
Into the outside wall in turn 1 goes Mike Marini. No caution. Oh, they're wrecking up ahead.
There might be now.
Jason Heaney and Kyle Nolan together. There goes Jason Butler. There's the caution. Hard hit.
What in the blue hell has just happened here?
It is a full... Oh, my God.
Oh.
It is a full melee at the Brickyard.
Like, this has to be a setup thing at this point, doesn't it? Because, I mean, we were talking about how loose everything was in the early going, then it's starting to tighten up, but then, it feels like someone just absolutely let all of the controls off and it suddenly turned into a skating rink.
I have been so detailed with all my notes tonight, but then with this one, I just wrote 10 laps to go. Chaos.
Yeah, this is one of the bigger ones we've had all year.
And it happened from the start finish line to turn 2.
Yeah, it wasn't an immediate thing by any stretch of the imagination. It was just like all over the place.
So we see on the front stretch here, Adam Wilson, Justin Belmonte, I think, getting together. Ford gets turned in the inside wall from Marini. Marini hard up into the outside wall.
Man, oh man, cue the Benny Hill.
And then Marini hard into the outside wall. And then up ahead, Kyle Noel gets deflection off of somebody, gets into Jason Heaney. Both of them slide up into the turn 2 outside wall. And then Jason Butler gets collected. And
Had
then
Noel
Rhino...
gotten on the lead lap?
Sorry?
Had Noel gotten on the lead lap by that point?
Yeah, he is on the lead lap.
Man, and then this happens.
Yeah, Ryan O'Toole had nowhere to go. Marini then got into Butler. Just a chain reaction of everything.
Oh, good God. And the end result of this is going to be, what, a 5-6 lap shootout here?
Something like that.
Yeah, typically it's been like 4 laps for a caution, and I think you said 10 to go is when it happened.
It's 8 laps to go right now. So I'd say probably a 6-lap shootout is my best guess.
All right. Everybody pretty much holding station here so far.
And
toward the head of the field, anyway.
And thank goodness I've had no technical issues since the end of Stage 1.
Oh, why would you say that now?
Yeah, I'll probably have... Well, no, we just had the chaos. We had the chaos there. That's what happened.
Okay. And, yeah, hindsight, yeah, probably smart that we didn't wind up, cranking it up, as was the initial plan.
Yeah, we can blame the drivers.
Well, I mean, yeah, now...
I said nothing.
Yeah, it's hard to justify at this point. Yeah, it's just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, there are races where you want to do it early, but it feels too early, and then you try to do it late, but then all of a sudden, the floodgates open.
Yeah, and I mean, you've shouted them out 2 or 3 times. Now I think the name recognition should be sufficient, unless they need to see the logo in some form. But I'm not privy to those details.
Does that help?
Sure.
I mean, we could do a crank it up right. I'll up the game by like plus 20, and we'll do like an eye pacing it up.
Oh, jeez.
I think what I might do is do it for the first lap. Just do like a show don't tell, just for the first lap. Just let him rock it out, and whatever happens, if more chaos happens, we just show it, and it's just like, yep, self-explanatory.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was thinking of it last time, I was thinking like no more than 2 laps. So yeah, we're kind of on the same page on that.
We'll probably only be able to do like half a lap at this point.
Yep.
But let's look at who is still going and still may have a shot at winning. Jordan Kalini and C.D. Magram on the front row. Judging by positioning right now, they are in the running to overtake Corbin McCauley for that regular season points lead. Mason Tomlinson in third, trying to possibly upset everybody to win his way into the 5th annual Earl Ross Cup playoffs. There's Andy Hurdle looking for his second win on the season. Jose Mercado is well in the playoff picture, but I mean, hey, a win would still help him very much. He hasn't won with us since season 3. Obviously, there's Corbin McCauley because that man is indestructible.
And he's also playing executive producer if you happen to look in the right place.
Okay, so we have gotten word that we're not going to bother with the crank it up because for a 6-lap shootout, judging by how this racing has gone, it makes perfect sense. Thank God.
Yep.
And there's been so much going on, technical issues, blah, blah, blah. Let's just get this thing done and over with. I mean, the drivers want to get this done over with, considering how much of a freaking traffic jam that we had there for, like, what, half of the racetrack in one lap.
Yeah, not even one lap, probably half a lap.
Basically. I mean, Mike Marini was still sliding up against the outside wall in turn 3 under the caution, so with all that being said, the iRacing pace car rolls onto pit road, and the cars and stars of the Canadian eMotorsports Network NASCAR Series will take the green flag hopefully one more time. 6 laps to go at the Brickyard.
And a good jump from Kalinian off the line, of course. He had control of it, and yeah, away he goes. Let's see if anyone's able to tag along with him.
Macaulay to the high side of Tomlinson into turn 2. Will he be able to clear the way on the high side? Yes, he will. He'll be chasing after the guys looking to overtake the top 2 spots in the regular season points. Kalinian looking for his 4th win on the season. He and Macaulay currently tied at 3 wins apiece here in Season 5. And mostly single file action up until about the 7th spot. Still some interesting action going on back here at the bottom of the top 10. Charlie Sears trying to slide his way into there. And would you look at this up here? Magram trying to get a real good draft off of Kalinian. A 10th or so separating them now with 5 laps to go.
Yeah, just Magram absolutely not letting Kalinian go. Obviously, he tried to break the draft by going low on the start-finish straight, but...
Oh, no trouble!
Whoa, boy. They saved it.
Oh, no, they will not save it. Caution, Charlie Sears and Hunter Young get together. Another heartbreak for Sears.
Now, the interesting thing, 5 laps to go. We've typically had 4 laps for cautions. We're in green flag checkered mode now, are we not?
God bless us all.
I'd have to think that's what we're looking at here.
I mean, what else would there be?
Well, obviously not 1 lap for everything.
Now, this could be interesting, too. How will this play out in terms of tires and fuel?
We'll find out after you follow one Jared Ireland's instruction on how that went down.
Yeah, we'll get to that on board once we recap the accident itself. So we'll get the high up TV1 angle right here. Sears up on the high side, Wilson down low. Sears got loose, goes into the 21. Wilson saves it, 32 slides, and then the 77 just had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And then at the instructions of the number 13 car, who, at 41 laps down, he's pretty much settled in for that last spot, but, still trying to gain at least some points. Let's indeed take a look.
Maybe a little further back.
Yeah, there we go.
And yeah, just coming up. Yeah, there's the collection agency coming through. And yeah, while we were doing that, I'm presuming you saw the thought from Morton Corbin Macaulay as well. Everybody good on fuel at this point, so if anyone was to come in, it would be for tires.
Yeah, is he gonna fake this one? He does. Everybody's gonna fake.
Oh.
Kyle Knoll might try something.
Yeah, sacrificing track position this late, though?
For the chaos that we've had, you never know, as the pace car lights are still off. Or on, sorry.
Well, we said 5 laps to go when it happened.
Yes.
The board says 3. Typically what we've seen from iRacing is like a 4-lap caution period. So we'll probably go around another 2 more times and then green, white, checkered if I had to guess.
That would make sense there. So, without a doubt, it's going to be a overtime, green, white, checkered restart. I should really memorize the rule book. What's the green, white, checkered rule again?
Believe it's considered finished if the leader takes the white flag and something happens after.
No. How many attempts?
Sorry.
How many attempts?
Oh, I think we said 3.
3 attempts.
3 attempts.
Okay.
I had that one memorized before Corbin said it in our chat, so I had it.
Yeah. I didn't know whether we only did 1 attempt. I didn't remember if it was only 1 attempt or 2 or 3, but yes, it'll be for green, white, checkers, 3 attempts. Attempt number 1 is coming up here. It'll be 1 to green at the line right now. In terms of green, white, checkers, if anybody doesn't know, first up, obviously, the green flag. Drivers have to make it back to the start-finish line for the race to be official. If we do get a caution before the white flag, we will rack them up and do it again for a second and hopefully final time, but hopefully it's only going to be one final attempt to get this race done.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, this one's, she's gotten a little messy at points, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, so after 77 of 80 laps in terms of the race summary, 6 cautions, 65 laps under green, 12 laps under caution, 11 lead changes, 8 different leaders. C.D. Magrum currently with the fastest lap, a 52.472 on lap 70, which was actually very recently, so that'll be interesting to keep an eye on here with Magrum on the high side of the front row with Jordan Kalinian in the lead. Again, it's the top 3. The top 3 in the regular season points, with now 1 race and hopefully 2 laps until we get to the 5th annual Earl Ross Cup playoffs.
And again, Tomlinson waiting to pounce if something happens with those top 3.
If those 3 together and Tomlinson comes through, man, oh man, will that make things interesting for the playoff picture with Mike Marini and Kyle Knoll, which... looking at the points right now, again, 32 point. Marini has jumped up to 11th. Knoll and Heaney are separated by 32 points for that 12th and final spot. So if Tomlinson were to win, then
he comes up from 18th.
Exactly. So Marini will be right on that cut line, hoping that nobody will get perhaps a dramatic win at Rockingham. Which, yes, there is going to be a dramatic win at Rockingham. You are insane if that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that
if you
almost
think
feels
that.
academic, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, the only thing certain about that is that nothing is certain.
Indeed. So it looks like 15 cars are going to be left here on the track to duke it out for the win, as Marini, Sears, Young, and Butler are all still in their pit boxes. Marini just came back to pit road, I think, by the looks of it. So 15 cars on the lead lap. 15 cars will try to go for the win. Everybody's good on fuel. We'll see who has the better long-run tire wear, as the iRacing Pace car is going to head to pit road, and 15 of the cars and stars of the Canadian Motorsports Network NASCAR Series will come to the green flag for the first green-white checkered attempt in the Kyle's Fried Chicken and Barbecue 200 at the Brickyard.
And Kalinian goes high right off the start, but is that going to release Macaulay here on the inside? I don't know if you want that.
Absolutely it did, at least for now it does, as the 17 pulls ahead. He's going to dive to the inside of the 0. Contact made!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a push. Mangrom's going to try and take
wide
advantage.
For the lead down the backstretch.
And Mangrom's going to have the best run of the 3 and the inside line going into 3.
Will he clear both of them? Not Kalinian just yet.
Not yet is the key word, and Macaulay
might
have
man.
a push.
The 3 of them clear themselves. Magrum almost went for a slide. What kind of draft are these 3 going to have coming down the front straightaway to the white flag? The race is official. 1 lap to go. Who's going to win it?
Oh, man, this is anybody's race here right now.
Oh, man!
Man, was there contact there between Magrum and Kalinian?
Almost, but Magrum slides back. Hurdle and Tomlinson will be going after the 3rd position.
Mercado's sneaking into this one, too.
Magrum giving the 17 a push down the back straightaway for the final time. Will the 17 go for it? He will.
Yeah, he had to there into 3. Let's see what he's got. There's daylight.
Magrum is going to send it.
I mean, would you expect anything less? But I don't know. Oh, cleaning into the wall.
And to the start-finish line. Who is it going to be?
Gonna
Contact to the line. Kalini
Mangram's
gets
got
turned. CD Magram wins at Indianapolis. What a finish.
Oh, man.
And a big crash at the line.
Yeah, caution. No shit, iRacing. Wow.
Mason Tomlinson and Trevor Binns sneak onto the podium. Have you ever?
Well, I mean, didn't I say if something happened to those three, it happened to two of them? Tomlinson damn near got in with that happening, but CD Mangrum survives, I think is the best term for this.
Is your heart pounding too?
Yeah, that was an eventful finish. There's going to be a lot to talk about.
Darcy Ford decided to have a bit of a potentially fatal accident there at the end at the beginning of the pit wall.
Yikes. Yeah, that yeah, I got nothing for that. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, there are going to be some talking points, I think. And, you know, again, it's Macaulay and Kalinian that get caught up in the front straight as they see the checkered flag. Those two we've talked about them having the highest I rating all season. It felt like as things got tighter, the stakes got higher. And as clean as it's been all year, it felt inevitable that something was going to go down between those two, and we didn't have to wait for the playoffs to do it.
Indianapolis tonight, Rockingham next week. Did we just get a preview of what's to possibly come in the regular season finale?
I'm thinking between now and then, if there's, I was going to say we're probably not at a monetization point yet, but if we could add a super chat for virtual punches, I would highly recommend doing that.
So before we talk to Magram,
yeah, I don't even know where to go from here. And I mean, unfortunately on that final straightaway, a lot of guys didn't know where to go from there. Or just went into the wrong places at the wrong time. So there's, yeah, Magram looking for the room to send it. So that's what sends Kalinian into the wall first. And, yeah, Hurdle, he winds up two-wheeling it to the finish.
Jeez.
Yeah, enough happened there. I would suggest we're probably going to see some paperwork after this one.
I mean, the dive from Magram, 17-0 slide up the racetrack. Kalini gets in the wall, those two get together. And then down the front stretch, it is just pandemonium. Kalini gets down to Macaulay and Hurdle there. Hurdle almost up and over the pit wall. Kalini gets slammed into.
Oh.
Probably
oh my.
Probably, and then almost into the infield for the 17.
Yeah, not, I mean, that would bring back, you know, Daytona special events, flashbacks there, but not what he had in mind, to say the very least. Whew. Yikes.
And, so there's Tomlinson, just a about 2/10 short of a possible playoff spot.
Yeah, if he survives that one, and, well, he did survive it, but yeah, if Mangrum just gets a little bit loose in the aftermath of that, instead we're talking about another guy upsetting the apple cart and qualifying from outside the top 12. Which would have made next week absolute anarchy if it wasn't going to be already.
And then there's Trevor Binns right here. He barely snuck onto the podium while
he would have been in the same situation.
He barely snuck onto the podium while still involved in all of that chaos. But in the end, C.D. Mangrum with the race-winning move as everybody collides behind him.
Race-winning survival, more like.
Which, yeah, might as well get into the voice chat here and talk to the man who survived all of that, and man, his racecraft proved to be the best. In one of the wildest finishes we've ever seen in the Canadian E-Motorsports Network. Possibly a preview for next week's regular season finale at Rockingham Speedway. Maybe even a preview for what's to come in the competition for the 5th annual Earl Ross Cup playoffs. So, fingers crossed that nobody's talking in the voice chat. There's no expletives or anything, so.
That happened.
Do we have a C.D. Mangrum?
Yes, sir, Reed.
Well, CD, the best I can say is, this might be kind of going off of what Jordy maybe would say. What the hell just happened? I don't know if you heard that or not, CD, but what just happened there? What was your perspective of it all?
Sorry, I was so fired up I didn't hit the button, man. It's green, white, checkered. We put it 3 wide and we went down drag racing, and I came out on the other end to kiss the brakes, man. It's I'm fired up from it. You know, shout out to Nordic Aluminum on the cars. Get to win with them. Man, Tornado Alley, GTR, everybody. That was a heck of an ending right there.
And now just take us through that whole race there. Obviously, you were right up there at the front pretty much the entire time, and then you make that race-winning move in turn 4, and then just all-out pandemonium, carnage, mayhem, whatever word you want to use happens there behind you. But what did it take to come out on top at the end of 80 laps and 200 miles here at the Brickyard? I mean, hey, it's quite the prestigious win, getting your name in the history books as a winner and one of the more iconic racing circuits in the entire world. As a Kyle's Fried Chicken and Barbecue 200 winner, now here at the Brickyard, just go through that whole race.
Yeah, it was, I just knew if I could just stay up front, give myself an opportunity. Obviously, that's what I usually do each race, and it got down to the end, and we had to go caution after caution, and Jordan had a fast car, and I was trying to, stay within him on those restarts. I kept restarting on the outside, and it was just harder to get around and get to him quick enough. And we had that last green, white, checkered, and we went 3 laps a little bit. Then on the last lap, got in line, and I knew I just had to time my run at the end and get up underneath Corbin there. And they got to the wall, it looks like, and I was just drag racing down the front stretch. It was just it was a wild race. It's everything you want in a Brickyard, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. It was dramatic throughout the entire race, and then there was even drama going on here behind the scenes with a bit of a blue screen issue there for me, but we were able to get the broadcast up and going once again, and no issues ever since then. We were luckily able to capture all the drama that happened there in the third and final stage. Jordy sent me a question here saying it was a matter of survival at the very end, but you were obviously in the conversation all night as you had the fastest lap of the night late in the race. It was on lap 70. Just what was the key to your consistency from start to finish? Because again, you were up front all night or day, however you want to put it, for virtual or real.
just had to remain patient. I knew it was gonna was going to come down to something. I just wanted to remain patient for whatever happened, and whatever the situation was, I had a game plan for it. That last thing right second, they just had to send it and hope for the best. Really wanted to get a win at the Brickyard, so it was just I couldn't be more happy with the outcome. It got kind of dicey there throughout with how the cautions were flying and just spots of the fuel run. So I thought it might come down to fuel saving at the end, but fortunately it didn't on my end. So I just had to stay up front, stay in the mix, and that's the best way to give yourself opportunity. And when the opportunity comes, you gotta go for it. Now, I told myself and the guys in the chat, like, hey, if I can make it 3 wide, we're just gonna send it and hope for the best.
I mean, yeah, Ayrton Senna said it best. If you don't go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver. Like, just straight up, like, was there really anything going through your mind there whenever you were making those daring moves down the backstretch into turn 4 there as well? Or was it just, I mean, I guess you kind of just said it there. It was just like, just who cares? Just race, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to get down there. I didn't want to full send too much just because I didn't want to just destroy the guys above me. I know I don't know if I touched Corbin maybe a little bit, just a nudge, nothing egregious or anything. Just had to get down there and try not to spin myself out on the grass, try not to push up and spin anyone else out. Just had to get it clean, and it would come down the front. I think Andy Hurdle gave me a push from behind back, and I just saw people wrecking behind me. So that's when I knew that was it, man. What a time, what a spectacle, right? I hope the fans enjoyed it.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure everyone absolutely enjoyed that. Maybe not some of the drivers there behind you, but regardless, though, still one of the most dramatic finishes that we've ever had here within the network. And obviously now with this second win on the season after, again, you had weeks on end before your Iowa win where you were pretty much the best of the rest. You were like 150-plus points ahead of the cut line. You were well on your way to making it in. Then you get the Iowa win, and then obviously a couple weeks later you now get the win here at Indianapolis. How is this momentum looking for you? How are you going to try and keep it up going into the regular season finale Rockingham, and just what does it mean to have all this consistency and momentum going into the playoffs? And how are you looking forward to next week at Rockingham where literally anything could happen?
Yeah, it's great. Real feel like I'm kind of, I wouldn't say peaking, but just doing a good job staying up front. And I think that's a lot of the battle is just to stay up front and make your own opportunities when you can get them. For next end of the season, I know it's tight for the regular season championship, so a little bit more incentive here in the last few weeks than I guess it was earlier in the season. So that's real important. Rockingham, the throwback race. Should be interesting. No stage caution, so it's going to be a big mix. Stage points are going to be, got to choose from maybe that, and I don't know how the fuel range lines up with the stage break for points at least. I don't know how they line up now, but we'll have to just strategize it and see how it goes. I got the Bill Elliott Dodge from when he won his last race at Rockingham. Got that throwback going on for next week. That's going to be a great time. So I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Actually, I was just about to ask about what we might potentially see at you for the annual throwback race at Rockingham Speedway, but you just answered my question there. So thank you very much. We do look forward to seeing that car out on the track, hopefully going for 2 wins in a row and 3 on the season to potentially get that regular season championship. And just to end this off once again, who would you like to thank for being able to come on out here every single Tuesday night, and especially tonight for this win here and get the job done?
Yeah, man, I got a long list here now, but shout out Nordic Aluminum on the car. Thank you for that. NT, we got another one. A1 Grassroots, Indoor Climate Experts, AJK Designs and the paint scheme. Shout out to Tornado Alley. Wish I could have been here, but I know I'm sure he's celebrating already. We're going to celebrate, too, with Johnny Walker. Shout out to the GTR guys. Shout out to all the admins, you guys on the broadcast. What a great event, at least for me. I know a little biased, but a good time tonight, and we'll take it into next week.
For sure, man. We can't wait to have you back and going for more wins here within the Canadian E-Motorsports Network NASCAR Series, powered by Kyle's Fried Chicken and Barbecue. That was the post-race winner interview for the 3rd annual Kyle's Fried Chicken and Barbecue 200 at the Brickyard at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Your winner for the 2nd time this season in the number 1 Nordic Aluminum Tornado Alley E-Racing Toyota, it is the number 1 of CD Bangarang. CD, once again, congratulations, and we'll see you next week for one last race in the regular season of Season 5 at Rockingham Speedway. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Shout out everybody in the chat watching at home.
Absolutely. Take care. And thus, that does it right there with the number 1 of CD Bangarang. And,
yeah.
I was just waiting for what you would possibly say after that, but let's go through the unofficial results here very quickly. A lot of impressive names throughout this one, and again, a lot of these guys still finish inside the top 10 despite being involved in that incredible wreck there at the checkered flag. CD Bangarang getting the win. Mason Tomlinson and Trevor Binns with impressive performances here tonight, especially Tomlinson in the 3rd and final stage with that 2nd place finish. He was, man, oh man, just over a 10th away from possibly upsetting everybody with a playoff spot, which really would have made things interesting going into the regular season finale. Next week at Rockingham, Jose Mercado 4th, Andy Hurdle 5th, on possibly 2 wheels there. Justin Belmonte 6th, Bryce Fontaine was consistent all night in the 7th place finish. Adam Wilson 8th, Jordan Collini and Corbin McCauley getting together at the very end there. You saw it right there. Still finishing in 9th and 10th, and then rounding out here from 11th and 19th, Jason Heaney just outside the top 10, even though it did look like he had a potential top 5 or top 10 finish going, but was caught up in some stuff. Tom Janikowski 12th, Kyle Knoll 13th. I mean, a hell of a run, especially after starting the race off at 3 laps down. It looked, we were thinking it might not be able to race at all, but he ended up doing just that. Ryan O'Toole with a top 15 finish. Very impressive out of the number 16 car. Darcy Ford in 15th. Mike Marini right behind all the lead lap cars there. He finishes 5 laps down in 16th. Charlie Sears 17th. Hunter Young 18th. Those 2 guys at 6 laps down each. Jason Butler in 19th. We saw him running up towards the top 10 earlier in the race. And then to round it all out, we had William Kern in 20th. Unfortunately, I believe he was the 2nd for sure DNF in this one. We did miss that one, but yes, that happened. Jared Ireland, actually technically, what? Because Jared Ireland was still on the track, 41 laps. I don't even know what to say at this point.
Yeah, he was in pit lane for a very, very long time, so that it makes sense that he would be at the back of the field because it happened very early on. Lap 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow, that does not work. Yeah, we'll just stay away from the booth there. It would have been incredible to have our faces shown after that one, but any final thoughts after that?
Nothing I can say without the channel getting taken down.
Basically.
Yeah, that was, I think more chaotic than either of us would have expected going in. I think that's probably a fair assessment. And, if that's the appetizer leading into the regular season finale, oh boy, have like a 5-second delay ready. Like to beep anything that happens to come out of my mouth.
Yeah, basically. So that was the Kyle's Fried Chicken and Barbecue 200 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway here on Tuesday, June 18th. And so, to conclude the month of June and conclude what has been a wild Season 5 here within the Canadian E-Motorsports Network NASCAR Series powered by Kyle's Fried Chicken and Barbecue, we head to Rockingham Speedway to conclude it, to conclude it all, on June 25th, it is the Dulux of London 200, but it's also the annual throwback race where we get to see some vintage liveries of the cars and stars of the NASCAR series. We've already been posting a couple of them on our Facebook and Instagram pages, and Jordy, I gotta say, a lot of them, man oh man, these drivers have really come forward with some impressive skills.
But that's the thing, like, iRacing is allowed for that creativity. That was something that the Heat games absolutely sucked at. You were limited in terms of, like, what templates you could use. You were limited in terms of, well, I mean, color schemes were technically available. You could technically go with whatever color you wanted, but like number styles you couldn't match. Overall designs you couldn't match. Obviously you were limited in sponsors as well. Yeah, iRacing opened the floodgates for all that, and it's amazing to see, like, yeah, we can do this, but the guys need to embrace it as well, and it's amazing that they have.
Absolutely. I mean, we've gotten probably the most popular one so far, I think we'd have to agree, is Jose Mercado's number 41, throwing it back to the Mark Martin Valvoline paint scheme. Man, oh man, I mean, even, like, that's probably the only one that's gotten even, like, a bunch of comments on it. The reactions to it on Facebook are absolutely crazy. It's great to see Chase Beatty running a Travis Tyson tribute car, Tyson being a former driver with us who passed away late last year. So great to have somebody doing a sort of honorary tribute livery in there, of course. There's somebody that's throwing back to Bryce Fontaine, I believe, throwing back to Rusty Wallace.
Dan Cudmore will appreciate that. He was a Rusty Wallace guy.
Yeah, Cudmore actually did react to that post, so there you go. And C.D. Magram, in the interview there, you were wondering, you asked me there to ask him if he was going to tease anything for a throwback, but he answered that question before I could even ask it, and it's apparently going to be some sort of a Bill Elliott livery. Okay,
looking forward to seeing that.
And I believe it was Bill Elliott Dodge. So, maybe the number 9? Did he run a Dodge ever before that? Like, that's the only time I remember.
I was going to say, I'd have to go back and confirm that for myself.
Like, I remember the number 9 Bill Elliott Dodge. Absolutely. Everybody does.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to go, like, I wanted to say go full on Hooters with it, but I mean, he's an Atlanta guy. That'd be more Magic City if he was going to do that. But that's a conversation for offline.
I mean, yeah, that he always ran. He ran Fords, Mercuries, Chevys, Olds. He didn't run Dodge until the Evernham Motorsports days. So if I did,
that's later on.
If I heard that correctly, then it might be something like that. So correct me if I'm wrong. If you're still listening, CD, or we'll see how this ages once we get to the throwback race next week. It's still got plenty more throwbacks to reveal later this weekend into the weekend. Really do got to scramble because, again, we go racing there within a week's time, so you will not want to miss any of that action. It's the regular season finale, the Dulux of London 200 at Rockingham Speedway on June 25th. Live coverage here on the YouTube channel beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Atlantic. Fingers crossed maybe we'll still get some of that drama just for entertainment purposes, but we don't get any more of those technical issues. So that was, again, the Kyle's Fried Chicken and Barbecue 200 at the Brickyard. Round 14 of 22, won by the number 1 of C.D. Magram. On behalf of the Canadian eMotorsports Network, my fellow color commentator who's been here since the very beginning, Jordy Carraher from the other side of the country in Alberta, Canada. Huh?
Not tonight. Remember, I'm on the island now.
Oh, you are? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I saw your background there, so that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm home for a few weeks.
Okay, so he is with us here in Charlottetown. So yes, there you go. But and then to the rest of the network staff, competition committee, drivers, sponsors, partners, everybody involved here within the network. My name is Regan McCauley from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to tonight's action here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for round 14 of 22. We'll see you all next week, Tuesday, June 25th, for round 15 of 22. It's the regular season finale at Rockingham. The first time in series history we've ever gone to the iconic vintage tracks. So once again, we hope you all enjoy tonight's dramatic action here at Indianapolis. Take care. Have a good one. Speed safely.
What?
That's a quote from somebody else. So
Okay, well, I mean, we sharded the bet on this one, right? So
yeah, there you go. Shipe, shart, whatever.
Yep.
All right, take care, everybody. Have a good one.